before memory existed, before a single heart ever beat, there was only the void. Tohu wabohu, formless and empty, a universe without a pulse, without a purpose. A darkness so complete that even time itself was frozen in silence. Let there be light, and there was light. For unfathomable ages, the abyss kept its silence, until a voice broke through the nothingness, until the silence was broken, and the spirit moved upon the face of the deep. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." The light had conquered the dark, but the earth was still enveloped in a single, boundless flood. The work of order had only just begun. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. The waters above rested in the clouds. The waters below rested in the seas, and there was evening, and there was morning, the second day. Carving out an expanse where life could one day breathe. And God called the firmament sky. Then God spoke to the endless seas, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered into one place, and let dry land appear."
From the crashing depths, the earth rose like a waking giant. Mountains pierced the clouds, valleys carved the stone, and the dry land was called earth.
The land was firm, but it was still silent and bare. So God commanded, "Let the earth produce grass, the seed-yielding herb, and the fruit tree." Where there was only dust, life erupted in boundless color. Trees bore fruit with seed in them, each according to its kind, and God saw that it was good. Let there be lights in the vault of heaven to separate the day from the night. God set the stars in their track, silent sentinels to mark the seasons, the days, and the years. The greater light to govern the day, the lesser light to govern the night. And then the Creator turned his gaze downward, into the crystal depths.
Let the waters teem with swarms of living creatures, and in an instant, the silent deep became a living symphony of silver, gold, and vibrant pulse.
God created the great sea monsters, and he blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply." Wings opened to catch the wind, painting the skies in motion, feather and song. Predator and prey walked side by side in unbroken peace. Creation was alive, vibrant, and overflowing with harmony. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures according to their kinds, each fashioned with power, beauty, and grace." And yet, the work was not finished. The universe was a symphony without a conducting temple. It will be good for us to create something that will understand the beauty of the earth, take charge, and look just like us. Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. And for this crowning work, the Creator did not speak from a distance. The architect of the galaxies knelt into the soil. He reached into the dust he had made, not as a monarch shaping a servant, but as a father forming a son. From the dust of the ground, he sculpted the form, strength in the bone, wonder in the mind, and the capacity for love etched into every fiber of his being. The vessel was complete, perfect in form, yet motionless and cold. It held the shape of life, but not its spark. Dust was still only dust. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Cold clay became living bone, still dust became pulsing blood, and man became a living soul.
For the first time in all eternity, eyes of dust opened to behold the glory of the living God. His name was Adam, formed from the ground, yet crowned with heaven, the Son of the earth and the Son of God. The Creator led the man he had formed into Eden, a sanctuary prepared specifically for him, a realm untouched by decay, sorrow, or death.
Adam was not placed here as an idle spectator.
God permitted Adam to live, have dominion, and rule the earth. Yet one command:
You are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. For when you eat from it, you will surely die. At the very center of paradise stood two mysteries. One offered eternal vitality. The other held the weight of an untasted reality. The Creator brought every beast of the field and bird of the air to the man to see what he would name them. I name you the leopard. Whatever Adam called each creature, that was its name. And the wild beasts. But as the names were spoken, a quiet realization began to dawn.
He walked with giants of light. He spoke to every beast. But for Adam, there was not found a helper.
The Creator looked upon Adam and said, It is not good that man should be alone. I will make a helper comparable to him, to build an equal. He reached into the living sanctuary of the man himself. And so, the Lord God caused a deep, supernatural sleep to fall upon Adam, a rest beyond human dreaming. He took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh in its place, not taken from his head to rule over him, nor from his feet to be trampled beneath him,
but from under his arm to be protected, and next to his heart to be loved. From the rib of the man, the Lord God built the woman.
The deep sleep lifted. Adam opened his eyes to a world forever altered, and there, Babe of Eden, stood the answer to his unspoken longing. She was not distant like the stars, nor wild like the creatures of the field. She was his mirror, his equal, life answering life. And flesh of my flesh, she shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man.
Adam and his wife stood together, naked and unashamed, two lives woven into one sacred covenant, and God saw everything that he had made, every star in its course, every creature in the deep, and humanity crowned with his own breath. Two lives woven into one sacred covenant, in a world that had never known war, never known betrayal, and never felt the sting of death. And behold, it was not merely good, it was very good. Tov meod, complete, flawless, untouched by ruin. Thus the heavens and earth were finished. On the seventh day, God rested, because his masterpiece was complete. God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, a day of eternal communion between the Maker and the living soul.
In this unbroken sanctuary, fear had no name, time had no sting, and humanity was home.
The story of mankind did not begin in chaos or cold accident. It began in the heart of a Creator who chose not to remain alone.
Out of the dust, he sculpted your form. Into the void, he spoke your purpose. And that very same breath still lives in you.